A breakthrough for scientists after they had a 20-minute conversation with a humpback whale.
Did it say I'm tired of fish? I'm tired of plankton?
I have.
So this team, including a professor from UC Davis, is hoping for more interspecies dialogue following this groundbreaking exchange with a whale named Twain. Want to hear more? I do. Here's Kayla Muller with more.
Every splash and chirp in dolphin pods has been met with curiosity and wondering. Now that curiosity is paying off. Scientists have trained a custom AI model, Dolphin Gemma, using 40 years of recordings from Atlantic spotted dolphins in the Bahamas. This AI doesn't just detect patterns, it generates dolphin-like responses, turning what was once mysterious chatter into a structured dialogue. Even more surprising, a dolphin named Zeus mimicked human vowel sounds, A, E, O, and U, with striking accuracy. We're not just listening to dolphins anymore, they might be listening back, and what they're composing is rewriting everything we thought language was. A mystery beneath the waves. Dolphins chatter in clicks and whistles under the surface, dense, complex, and utterly mysterious. These sounds, recorded in kilohertz bursts, travel hundreds of meters through water. Scientists have long suspected that these aren't just echolocation pulses, but carry meaning. Meaning, names, warnings, possibly entire conversations. Among these vocalizations are signature whistles, which function like dolphin names, unique to each individual and used for self-identification. For years, researchers from National Geographic, People.com, and Georgia Tech have noted this behavior, but understanding how dolphins talk to each other remained out of reach. Our ears heard their voices, but nearly missed their words. For decades, that mystery held in place. Until, and here's the pivot, only recently did technology catch up. The uniqueness of signature whistles hinted that dolphins had self-awareness, yet deciphering syntax, context, and meaning remained impossible using traditional underwater microphones and human interpretation. Scientists were listening, but they were only hearing echoes and patterns, not conversations. Then came AI. Not long ago, listening meant spectrograms and painstaking annotation, each click manually tagged. But the real breakthrough arrived when researchers started applying machine learning to massive data sets, decades of recordings containing millions of clicks and whistles. Suddenly, the dense ocean chatter began to organize itself, patterns emerging that humans couldn't parse with their ears alone. That first realization that our understanding had hit a wall due to human limits was a turning point. It changed the puzzle from what are dolphins saying to can we even recognize a language when we hear one? This section ends with that very human question. If intelligence speaks in a form unlike ours, how will we ever know? Now that we know dolphins may be speaking in a meaningful way, the next leap required listening and context. Section 2 takes us to the Wild Dolphin Project in the Bahamas, where decades of patient field research created the rich, behavior-linked audio data set that laid the foundation for breakthroughs. It's there where naturalist tendencies meet scientific rigor that real recognition of dolphin language began to form. Hidden in plain sound. For more than 40 years, the Wild Dolphin Project, WDP, led by marine biologist Dr. Denise Herzing, has meticulously recorded and cataloged Atlantic spotted dolphins off the coast of the Bahamas. Their archives contain over 100,000 vocalizations, each tagged with behavioral context, social greetings, hunting activity, mother-calf interactions. This multi-layered data set blended sound with daily life, creating rare two-layer insight. Not just the audio, but the social setting behind each click or whistle. Sources: Scientific American, Smithsonian, blog.google. Herzing's fieldwork, which began in the late 1980s, involved long hours in small boats, sonar collars, and painstaking annotation. Busy screens marked by timestamps, 01:23 p.m., 02:45 p.m., each linked to video scenes of dolphins interacting. Observers noted changes in body posture, proximity, and water flow, associating each call with a visual context. Over time, patterns emerged that hinted at conversation, not mere communication, but dialogue shaped by social intent. Still, to the human ear and brain, this rich contextual data remained inscrutable. patterns overwhelmed human analysis, which could only catalog broad categories like aggressive clicks or play whistles. But there were hints of deeper structure. Specific bouts of whistles used by multiple dolphins in repeated sequences, like phrases repeating between individuals. The insight, dolphins weren't just calling, they were conversing in patterns. Despite these tantalizing signs, expertise wasn't enough. Human-friendly linguistics hit its limit when confronted with millions of sonar-coded words. Something had to decode this complexity, and that something came from the future of computing itself. That brings us to Section 3, where AI enters the conversation. Enter DolphinGemma, a large language model adapted to dolphin communication. Google, Georgia Tech, and WDP's collaboration using SoundStream, deep learning, and massive computing infrastructure. It learned the syntax and can even generate dolphin-like click sequences. Now, for the first time, we may be listening not just to noise, but to language itself. DolphinGemma makes waves. In 2025, a groundbreaking collaboration between Google, Georgia Tech, and the Wild Dolphin Project introduced DolphinGemma, a dolphin language AI modeled on large language models, or LLMs. It operates on roughly 400 million parameters, built atop Google's SoundStream tokenizer, specifically designed to handle continuous audio signals instead of text tokens. Unlike prior methods relying on human tagging, DolphinGemma learns structure and predicts patterns directly from sound, enabling a new leap in understanding dolphin communication. Blog.Google, Wikipedia, Scientific American, Business Insider. This AI functions as an audio in, audio out model, meaning it can process dolphin clicks and then generate new syntactically coherent click patterns. Engineers adapted it to run on Pixel phones during field use, processing real-time recordings off the coast of Dominica. The device records two streams, who is vocalizing and in what social context. Then it analyzes, generating potential responses for testing. In effect, DolphinGemma acts like a translator without knowing the meaning of words, but recognizing their structure. Once trained on decades of context-rich data, the model began to reveal internal grammar, how clicks group, repeat, and evolve across interactions. Just as human speech has phonemes, grammar, and meaningful pauses, dolphins use rhythm, repetition, and sequence. DolphinGemma parsed these elements almost instantly, patterns that would take a human linguist years to find. For the first time, we may be listening not just to sets of clicks, but to language. Researchers ran blind tests. AI-generated sequences were played back to dolphins, which responded in kind. Evidence these weren't noise. It wasn't proof of meaning, but it was a breakthrough in acknowledging that dolphins aren't just clicking, they might be speaking. This marked a watershed moment, not just detecting language-like structure, but throwing open the door to potential two-way dialogue. Dolphins might not respond to English, or any human code, but the syntax, patterns, and phraseology could now be part of a conversation we hadn't known to ask. Beyond names. For decades, signature whistles, the distinctive individual names dolphins use to identify themselves, have been central to our understanding of dolphin communication. But in recent findings, researchers led by Laela Sayegh at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution and Sarasota Dolphin Research Program have turned their attention to the non-signature whistles, which account for roughly 50% of all dolphin vocalizations. Through painstaking field observations, they cataloged at least 20 shared whistle types within pods. Whistles used by multiple individuals, not unique to any one dolphin. When played back, two particular whistles produce remarkably specific responses. One sounded alarm-like, and another appeared inquisitive or question-like. This suggests that dolphins use words understood by the community, and hence their communication system includes more than just names. Building on over 400 hours of underwater audio and video, researchers found these non-signature whistles matched consistent behaviors. The alarm-like whistle triggered avoidance or caution. The query-like whistle provoked aversive or investigative actions. These results, observed during playback experiments, were consistent across dozens of individuals, and recorded over multiple seasons in the Bahamas. That consistency over years, across years of data, lends credibility to the notion that these non-signature whistles are meaningful signals, not random chatter. Humans have desperately tried to interpret dolphin sounds, but our ears could only grasp fragments. Decades ago, we categorized whistles broadly: aggressive, social, playful, without seeing syntax or structure. Now, seeing dolphins sharing words flips the script. Their language may be communal, not just self-referential. That revelation reframes signature whistles as only part of the story. Half the lexicon may have been overlooked. These community-level words open the door for true syntactic structure: subjects, verbs, modifiers. Non-signature whistles may be the nouns, triggers, or context markers in what someday could be a dolphin language structure. Understanding this vocabulary is critical if we ever hope to translate or even respond appropriately, as Section 5 will explore when powered by AI. Discovering shared whistles reveals hidden names, but AI is needed to unlock deeper syntax and structure. In Section 5, we meet DolphinGemma, the AI that learns those patterns, and Chat, the tool paving the way for two-way exchange. Together, they help us move from hearing hints to replying meaningfully. It's not just about recognizing whistles. It's about participating. Weaving AI and field ecology. Enter DolphinGemma, Google's pioneering large language model, LLM, tailored for dolphins. Built on roughly 400 million parameters and based on the Gemma architecture, this AI uses soundstream tokenization to convert dolphin clicks, whistles, and burst pulses into discrete, analyzable sound tokens. It was trained using 4 decades of labeled audio and video data from the Wild Dolphin Project, WDP, including detailed metadata, timestamps, individual identities, and social contexts, which all enhance interpretability. What makes DolphinGemma powerful is its ability to predict and generate dolphin-like vocal sequences. Similar to human LLMs that autocomplete sentences, it can anticipate the next click or whistle in a sequence, exposing potential syntax or structure. Field trials on Pixel phones, first on the Pixel 6, now on the more advanced Pixel 9, allow real-time processing of ocean sounds, enabling analysis anywhere, anytime. Researchers can instantly visualize recurrent patterns, clusters that previously required 100 years of human effort to uncover manually. By revealing repeat structures and sound sequences, like a query whistle followed by a response sequence, DolphinGemma helps biologists tie audio to behavior. If a particular sequence always precedes feeding or social play, it may carry functional meaning. This turns invisible patterns into recognizable phenomena, helping scientists pinpoint phrases or grammatical use. It's a leap from noise to linguistic insight. With DolphinGemma serving as a magnifying glass on dolphin chatter, biologists can now retrace whistle usage across behavior logs. Patterns previously buried in millions of data points now stand out. But hearing isn't enough. Next comes interaction. And that brings us to Chat, explored in Section 6, where AI begins not only to listen, but to speak. DolphinGemma lets us recognize patterns, but for true conversation, we need the ability to respond. That's what Chat, cetacean hearing augmentation telemetry, does. Kind of like a speech interface for dolphins, Chat pairs synthetic whistles with objects and waits for the response. Section 6 dives into how divers and pixels become translators in the ocean. Two-way talk. Moving beyond analysis to interaction, the Chat system, or cetacean hearing augmentation telemetry, is transformative. Designed by Dr. Thad Starner and collaborators at Georgia Tech, Chat is an underwater portable computer that both emits and receives synthesized dolphin-like whistles. Integrated with dual hydrophones, a waterproof speaker, and a Pixel phone processor, Chat enables a diver to associate custom-generated vocal tokens with physical objects dolphins enjoy, like sargassum, seagrass, or soft toys like scarves. The process is simple, yet brilliant. A diver holds up an object, say sargassum, and plays a specific synthetic whistle word through Chat's speaker. A curious dolphin may mimic that whistle. Chat identifies the mimic in real time, relays the corresponding object label to the diver via bone-conducting headphones, and the diver rewards the dolphin with the item. Over repeated exchanges, play sessions lasting 5 to 10 minutes, dolphins begin associating whistles with objects. This training doesn't require understanding full syntax. It establishes a shared vocabulary. Early testing shows promise. Dolphins have successfully mimicked synthetic whistles meant to refer to specific objects like sargassum. Over time, as DolphinGemma decodes natural whistle patterns, more of the dolphin vocabulary can be integrated into chat system, enabling more complex two-way interaction. The key is establishing a click-based lexicon that both humans and dolphins can use. Chat leans on wearable tech. Researchers now use streamlined systems like Chat Junior, with only a chest-mounted speaker-hydrophone combo connected to a Google Pixel 9. This is a considerable improvement over earlier systems, which were bulky and hazardous underwater. Together, DolphinGemma and Chat are key steps toward actual interspecies dialogue, a scaffold that may become two-way conversation. It's a radical departure from passive listening. Humans are no longer mere observers. They may become conversational partners, dolphins with curiosity, willing teachers. Mimicking vowels. In a profoundly surprising breakthrough, a dolphin named Zeus learned to mimic human vowel sounds, specifically A, E, O, and U, not through training, but spontaneously. This discovery, reported in 2025, offered the clearest sign yet that dolphins possess extraordinary vocal flexibility. Unlike humans who rely on vocal cords, dolphins produce sound through their blowholes and air sacs, and yet they manage to produce phonetic approximations of human speech. Researchers, led by Jack Kasowitz, recorded Zeus making these mimic attempts, while the dolphin's brain processed the feedback, processing human speech patterns through its marine biology, suggesting a keen drive for interspecies connection. What makes this mimicry remarkable isn't just the accuracy of the vowel sounds, it's the context. Zeus vocalized above the water's surface, directly in front of human researchers. It wasn't an accidental imitation, it was intentional. The complexity of these sounds, analyzed by looking at frequency, amplitude, and duration over high-resolution spectrograms, revealed clear attempts at communication. A dolphin essentially alien in physiology trying to speak human language. This milestone dramatically recontextualizes prior work using dolphin-centric speech patterns. Previously, AI systems like DolphinGemma or the Chat system were focused on building vocabulary and syntax from within dolphin communication. Now, this mimicry suggests a bridge outward, an opening of their language toward ours. The implications are vast. If dolphins can articulate human sounds, can we harness that adaptability in creating two-way communication? With this evidence, scientists realize the ocean just got conversational. It's no longer a one-way audio recording session. It's a live, dynamic exchange where technology and biology intersect. Mimicry exhibited by Zeus set a new bar. It's no longer about observing dolphins. It's about being observed by another intelligent species practicing communication with us. Mimicry like Zeus's isn't just linguistic flair, it's a stepping stone. Section 8 dives deeper into the broader impact of AI on interspecies dialogue, reframing dolphins from observed creatures to conversational beings. We'll explore how other projects, like Project SETI with whales, are reshaping our definitions of intelligence and empathy, and how AI stands at the heart of this marine renaissance. AI's bigger role. The breakthrough with Zeus and his vowel mimicry isn't an isolated marvel. It's part of a growing wave where AI is decoding complex animal communication across species. Not just dolphins, but whales too. Governments and researchers are investing in initiatives like Project SETI, Cetacean Translation Initiative, to decode sperm whale codas. Founded in 2020 and led by marine biologist David Gruber, SETI has identified a 156-pattern sperm whale phonetic alphabet, a breakthrough in understanding whale syntax. Their interdisciplinary team, marine biologists, AI researchers, linguists, roboticists, is now gathering billions of whale clicks near Dominica, trying to recognize structure, rhythm, and meaning. Inspired by the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI aims to move from detection to conversation, hoping to interact with whales by 2026. DolphinGemma's development similarly demonstrates that AI can learn dolphin syntax. The AI's ability to predict and generate sound sequences showed we may be creating a shared vocabulary. Combined with mimicry, like Zeus's, AI doesn't just interpret, it enables receptive interspecies dialogue. This aligns with broader AI goals, finding structure in unknown languages, whether on Earth or from extraterrestrials. This work also reframes intelligence. Dolphins and whales aren't mere study subjects, they're speakers. Projects like DolphinGemma and SETI force us to rethink ethics, empathy, and environmental duty. They challenge humanity to listen, not for headlines but for voices, and to respond with respect, not exploitation. The possibilities are thrilling, but they demand more than curiosity. In Section 9, we examine how these breakthroughs are reshaping our ethical and environmental obligations. Understanding dolphin language isn't just scientific. It rewrites our responsibility toward intelligent life on Earth. It turns the ocean into a dialogue chamber. Listening becomes ethical. Understanding becomes environmental stewardship. Redefining intelligence and empathy. When means of interspecies communication appear feasible, from Zeus's vowel mimicry to AI-mediated whistles, our perspective must shift. Dolphins are no longer faceless symbols. They're potential conversationalists. This revelation transforms our duties as humans. The ocean becomes not a stage but a shared space requiring empathy. Understanding dolphin language, even at the level of simple vocabulary exchange, demands we acknowledge them as individuals with social lives, relationships, and cultures. This reframing carries weight in conservation. Now, saving dolphins isn't just about habitats, it's about protecting minds capable of speech, culture, and perhaps empathy. Furthermore, the ethical dimension can't be ignored. Play offers a respectful path, but only if used mindfully. The difference between learning from dolphins and communicating with dolphins lies in the intention. We must avoid commodifying or disturbing them. As AI becomes a translator, it must also become a protector. The ocean can cease to be a laboratory and instead become a shared home. This isn't science fiction, it's a revolution in our worldview. AI doesn't just let us hear dolphins, it teaches us humility. The ocean is a classroom. Dolphins and whales are our teachers. The question is whether we're listening. The unexpected truth. The big reveal isn't that we've decoded dolphin speech. The real breakthrough is recognizing that language isn't just human. It's structured, rhythmic, social, and entirely other. It isn't our words, or syntax, or intentions. It's theirs. AI helped us realize this. Through DolphinGemma's prediction layers, Chat's vocabulary exchange, and Zeus's vowels, we've glimpsed a culture. Not ours. A different parallel complexity. Understanding that complexity on their terms is the real mind blow. This is what we discovered language, not translated it. It's not achievement to talk at dolphins, it's humbling to learn with them. Let that sink. We're not mastering an alien tongue. We're inviting an echo beyond our perception. And that shift, from observing to conversing, that's the miracle. As our journey into the depths of dolphin communication comes to a close, the question looms larger than ever. What does this all truly mean for science, for empathy, and for our place on this planet? Consider where we began, with curiosity tinged by disbelief. For decades, we accepted that dolphins sounded beautiful, playful, even mysterious, but we didn't actually understand them. We listened, and we missed their meaning. That changed in 2025 when Dolphin Gemma, a large language model built on 400 million parameters, finally allowed us to hear structure in dolphin chatter. With 4 decades of recordings from the Wild Dolphin Project in the Bahamas, AI brought syntax to the waves, pattern to the clicks. It revealed dolphins use not only signature whistles, unique names, but a versatile vocabulary of shared signals with emotional and social context. Still, recognition alone felt one-sided until we combined it with interaction. Enter chat, cetacean hearing augmentation telemetry, a wearable speaker / hydrophone powered by pixel phones designed to test simple associations, like linking a synthesized whistle to an object such as sargassum or a scarf. Dolphins responded by mimicking the sound and retrieving the object. This wasn't mimicry or natural reflex. It was conversational choreography, a shared lexicon in formation. It's hard to put into words how extraordinary that was. A tool mounted on the chest of a diver, shaping conversation between two species across an ancient gulf in evolutionary language. But perhaps the most astonishing moment came from a dolphin named Zeus, who learned to mimic human vowel sounds, A, E, O, U. Not always perfectly, but clearly intentionally. Underwater speakers played these vowels, and Zeus pushed them back at researchers under his own steam. His mimicry wasn't mimicry. It was curiosity, creativity, and a willingness to meet us halfway. Imagine centuries from now, educators looking back at this moment as the point when we truly met another mind on Earth, across sound, biology, and syntax. Yet it begs bigger questions. If dolphins are the speakers, what are we in their language? And what responsibility do we bear as we become listeners and partners? Language is never neutral. It shapes understanding, identity, power. Now that we can perceive dolphin grammar, shared whistles, syntax, behavior mapping, we must protect their voice, not corrupt it. Ethical use of chat demands that we don't teach them our world. Instead, we must reflect theirs. Let dolphins guide conversation flows, express themselves, not act as parrots. What does that look like in practice? New regulations, underwater rights for marine speakers, informed marine policies where dolphin signals determining safe habitat or stress thresholds become part of resource management. Because we listened and because they talked. And the implications don't stop in the ocean. The same AI tools, pattern recognition, signal structure, are now guiding other projects like Project City for whales and broader Earth Species Project, decoding animal communication across ecosystems. These aren't translational tools. They are bridges, architectures designed for real-time, respectful communication with intelligent life beyond human speech. One of our panelists, Dr. Naomi Fisher, observed recently, "We used to be explorers of animal behavior. Now we're co-conspirators in new dialogues." That distinction is seismic. It shifts science from detached observation to relational engagement. But even technology can't fully prepare us for what comes next. The moment a dolphin not only responds to your click, but earlier mimicry or signal changes based on your tone, that is when compassion joins code. That is when we recognize other minds, and our capacity for empathy becomes unavoidable. Maybe that is the real leap of this research. Not seeing patterns in clicks, not building a chat interface, not Zeus saying vowels, but the moment we realize this, intelligence sounds many ways. Language changes forms, and we, as listeners, must change too. The ocean is no longer a stage for our species to observe. It's a new forum for conversation. We are no longer just studying dolphins, we are meeting them. And what do we say to that gift? We listen and wonder. We speak with care. We protect with humility. And we embrace curiosity as the true arc of science, one that doesn't just explain life, but honors it. Thank you for listening.